Oh God, was I okay?
How do
I
you,
was like blacked out the entire time.
saying no at work is hard. Like, when your boss asks you to maybe stay late or over the weekend, or you're asked to be pulled into a project that really you shouldn't be working on. Any other things that you're just like, why are you asking me to do this? I'm really good at saying no in my head, but then actually saying it in an effective and productive way, I don't think so. First, I want to see how I say no for real. What we're gonna do is my co-producer Andy is gonna give me some scenarios, and my one job is to say no to them. This is definitely live. I don't know what these questions are. I'm a little nervous. So please be easy on me, Andy. But yeah, I'm gonna try my best to do the task at hand, which is saying no. Okay, well, it sounds like there's a lot of work that needs to be done between now and the Monday meeting. It seems a little unreasonable, and I want to do the best job to do this presentation. If it's fixed and we have to do it at 9 a.m. on Monday, I totally understand. Maybe I can just stay late, or I might. I have to be perfectly honest, I am just full up this week and the next. I'm not sure when you want me to start, but given everything static, I don't think I can take this on. But it does sound interesting and new and exciting, so maybe we can work together to see how I could make this work. This is hard. I had made preparations for this meeting and for the agenda. However, I wasn't anticipating that I would be taking notes. I am willing to contribute. I just wasn't prepared. So unfortunately, I am not in a position to take notes, but maybe next time. Just give me a heads up first. So how did I think I did? Clearly, after that exercise, I know that I have room for improvement. So I'm just like, who out there is the expert on saying no? I really want to talk to them because I have so many questions, and I just don't want to feel as stressed out as I do at this moment.
I think the earlier career you are, the harder it is, obviously, and with more practice, you just get better. And I'm definitely better at saying no now than I used to be.
That's Ruchika Tolshian. She wrote The Diversity Advantage, and she's deeply passionate about creating equitable workplaces. So how do I get better? How would you advise I practice saying no? What are the pieces?
First, consider the request and evaluate whether you can do it. Is it important for your career? And then secondly, acknowledge and thank your manager for thinking of you. Again, this will help safeguard, being sort of branded as someone who's not a team player or difficult. Then use evidence to say no. For example, I need this time that you've asked of me to work on X, and therefore I won't be able to do Y. And be really firm. And last, really reinforce or renegotiate. So one of the two, right? So either get your manager to agree, reinforce your no, and say, thanks again for asking me. As I said, I'll be really, tied up doing X. And do you agree that I should really prioritize this? Or renegotiate with them. Say if there's absolutely no way that this project or this request can wait, let's renegotiate what needs to be put on the back burner so that I can prioritize this request.
Ruchika gave me a really good framework for how to say no, even in those really tough moments. She also told me that it's really helpful to have a good relationship with your boss, because if that's there, then you'll probably have a great productive conversation. And unfortunately, the data shows this. The concept of saying no is especially challenging for people of color and women at work.
This is tricky because there are, minefields that you're navigating, because if you say no outright or you don't seem grateful, research shows that women, and again, especially women of color, are penalized for appearing, not grateful or not thankful for the opportunities that come their way.
Okay, Now it's time to practice. All right, let's go.
Okay, so the 4 components are: 1, consider. Make those mental calculations before I start blabbing my mouth. Acknowledge and think. So I think I'm pretty good at that, but I could work on just making sure it feels sincere. It doesn't feel like backhanded, like things but no things. Use data or evidence. So saying, oh, that's so, I just want to let you know I did it 4 times last meetings. And then the last one is reinforce or renegotiate. So, as I said, I have most of my hours, or I have my hours next week allocated to these 3 projects. Okay, I understand it's important. Can you help me? Can you help me? Because I would need to take something just a little bit off my plate, and then we can get this done. Yeah? Okay. Oof.
Okay, so I did some practice and I think that I'm ready to go. I'm gonna be really prepared when my producer, Andy, gives me the prompts and scenarios that he did before. Let's go.
Surprise! Uh-oh.
That's Maureen. She's my actual boss in real life. She's the editor of HBR.org and she oversees a lot of people. So I thought I was just gonna be talking with Andy, my producer, but to see her appear on my screen, it's just, this is a true test.
We have some more projects on our plate that we really need your help on. So can you take on a few extra things right now?
So I totally get it. Fall is crazy. And I'm really excited that you thought of me to consider these projects and work on them. So first of all, I just wanted to see how this fits in with the rest of the work that I've been assigned to do and I'm motivated to do. So for now, I feel like my work is full, but if this is a shift in priorities, I'd have to take something off my plate to do this, but it sounds really exciting.
Well, I totally get that, but unfortunately, I don't think there's anything that we would be able to take off your plate. I mean, maybe we just need to work on your time management a little bit more.
I thought things were going pretty well with Maureen, but then she really just dug in.
I really don't want to risk burning out because I know that it will be bad going forward. And I want to preserve myself, especially during these times that we're really busy.
So you're a go-getter and these are important projects to the company. So wouldn't you just want to take them on? I mean, they're sort of important projects.
I don't want to say no, but I'm just concerned about my performance. And I hope that you can agree that that's important as well. So let's just talk about it later.
Okay, yeah, and I want you to be able to do your best work. So so let's talk about your priorities later.
That was a little intense.
Ah! Oh God, was I okay? I was like blacked out the entire time.
And I definitely know that I can certainly improve. It just takes dedication and confidence and practice to feel assured that I can say no. It was really interesting to hear her perspective and point of view of being a manager and having to, unfortunately, make those types of asks.
Was that hardball? I felt like it wasn't even that much a hardball.
How would you consider that I did in the moment?
The people that I've observed who are most effective of saying no, this is probably feedback I give you, is to just like say it confidently. Like sometimes it seemed like you were kind of almost talking yourself into saying no. And I totally relate to that.
At the end of the day, if you have a good, healthy relationship with your boss, then they should be able to work with you when you come to them with a reasonable no.
I think it helps knowing that your manager or any other people around you just kind of have your back, like when you're trying to get these things done, and that there's no, like I said, no consequence for saying, hey, time out, like this is too much.
If you're still watching, 1, thank you. But 2, I'm really curious, like what do you want me to explore? Like what problems do you have at work? I'd love to solve them. Please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you have any other ideas, throw them my way. All right, peace out.